9.2Acceleration. If one or more of the events of default is continuing, subject in all cases to clause 9.3, view look rights, the senior agent, 1, shall, at the direction of the majority senior lenders, communicate or 2, in its discretion declare, to the borrower, declare the senior loans, together with accrued interest thereon and all other amounts accrued or outstanding under the finance documents, to B, and the senior loans with accrued interest thereon and all other amounts accrued or outstanding under the finance protest or other notice of any kind, all of which are hereby waived by the borrower, and or T shall, at the direction of the supermajority senior lenders, direct the security trustee to take such action and exercise such rights as may be permitted under the finance documents. So first look right. A. Notwithstanding the terms of any finance document, to the extent the security trustee has been instructed in accordance with clause 9.2 acceleration to enforce the security trustee shall, as soon as practicable, notify the borrower and the investment advisor by writing of such instructions, and to which collateral assets such instructions apply, the enforcement collateral asset. And, for the avoidance of doubt, if the security trustee has been instructed to enforce the security over all of the collateral assets, either directly or indirectly through enforcement of the security granted pursuant to the share pledge agreement, all of the collateral assets shall be enforcement collateral assets. B. The security trustee, acting on the instructions of the majority senior lenders, shall negotiate in good faith with the investment advisor with respect to a BP bidder's potential purchase of the enforcement collateral assets for no less than 10 business days after receipt by the investment advisor of the notice described in subparagraph A above. C. Following the expiration of such 10 business day period, unless the security trustee, acting on the instructions of the majority senior lenders and the investment advisor, have reached an agreement with respect to a BP bidder's purchase of the enforcement collateral assets, the security trustee, acting on the instructions of the supermajority senior lenders, shall be permitted to enforce the security over the enforcement collateral asset, subject to the terms of any finance document, during the subsequent 10 business day period, the enforcement period. D. In all circumstances and for the avoidance of doubt, notwithstanding the other provisions of this clause 9.3, to the extent that a BP bidder's purchase price in respect of the enforcement collateral assets is sufficient to repay all outstanding amounts under the finance documents, the senior lenders shall be required to accept such offer from a BP bidder, provided that, to the extent the BP bidder is a Bridgepoint credit product, the senior lenders shall be permitted to request, acting reasonably, from such BP bidder evidence acceptable to the senior lenders, acting reasonably and in good faith, that such BP bidder has access to or has the right to demand freely transferable monies sufficient to pay such proposed purchase price on the agreed completion date, EIA. After expiration of the enforcement period, to the extent that an enforcement notice has not been served, such enforcement collateral assets would again be subject to the right of first look set out in this clause 9.3.